This is the Sapphire Pulse B850M Wi-Fi motherboard, and it is a fantastic motherboard at the RM600-ish price range, which is about 150 US, I suppose. So excellent board overall. If anything, I have just one major complaint and one not so major complaint. And to keep everyone away from the suspense, I'm going to start with my greatest gripe, my most major complaint, and it is something that is not actually affecting the board. It's something just my preference, because I am a huge Sapphire Pulse fan, okay? And Sapphire Pulse over the years has always been, I show you here, black colored with red line, and the Pulse text is white. Take note of that, black colored, okay? And this design is carried on to this I/O shield as well. The I/O shield is black with red accents, and then there's the Pulse text in white. But for the life of mine, I couldn't understand why Sapphire did not have this board in black. I was expecting it black to be like, well, you've seen other brands, I say MSI or ROG, but no, they decided not to go with black. They go with this kind of bronzy color, which reminds me of brands like say ASRock Taichi and Sapphire's own. I believe the new Nitro is of this color instead of silver, which also one of the design things that I am puzzled of. So basically, why is this one of a dark? It's not even gunmetal gray. It has a certain bronzy brownish tone to it, and then the text is black. So you when you're inside, it's placed inside the case, you don't see the design at all, because everything is literally black unless your case has some light. It's just, I don't know, I really find it a mismatch. Maybe under this lighting you cannot see that well. I'll try to show you a difference, but basically it is not the usual Pulse theme. So there you go, my major complaint. Second complaint, a board like this with such a nice VRM heatsink. I do wish that they pre-installed this I/O shield there. Just hook it in, you know, it's gonna make it look more premium, and then how you say it, because it's going to be more premium and more value to people when it is pre-installed. But well, that's just my preference. But regardless, besides that, that's my only two complaints about the board. So let's talk about the board itself and what I like about it. One, very nice big solid VRM heatsink. As you can see, it has a 7+2+1 VRM configuration and very beefy heatsink. Okay, it's not just a cover, but that is, you can feel the heft in it as you tap. And then the next thing I like is that it has Wi-Fi. The name is Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi that supports is Wi-Fi 6. The other side, it also have two M.2 slots with heatsink, and one is PCIe Gen 5 and the other one is Gen 4. Graphics card slot is PCIe Gen 4, but anyway, I'm talking about the things that I like. So it's the VRM heatsink, Wi-Fi, and it has two heatsinks with that's PCIe Gen 5 support. And then another thing I like about this board is that the connectivity. It has two fan connectors at the top, two at the bottom, and one at the rear here, which is so nice. Many boards right now do not have fan connection on the rear side. So when you have an exhaust fan on your case, you have to route it someplace else. But this one has a fan header over here, which is really nice. And then there's ample ARGB connection for those of you who want color. And speaking of ARGB, I like it so much that this board does not come with any form of RGB LED, which is nice. And then probably the last point I would go for about this board is that it has nice supporting software, and the software comes in two forms. First one would be the TRIXX software, which I forgot to screen capture, so you can just Google it up. It's easy to find. The TRIXX software is good. It controls RGB LED on the fan easily. You can see my few videos already. I've been using it, and totally no issue with the memory. Of course, I was using AGI memory, but some other memory kits, they may have issue. You can use other software, but what I'm saying is the software is good. And then the BIOS, I am totally impressed by the BIOS, considering this is Sapphire's first outing with motherboard. But the BIOS is polished, although keyboard controls is a bit clunky, you have to navigate a bit, but once you get used to it, it's reasonably fast. I still not my preference. You can use mouse, as you know, in BIOS is a bit slow, but regardless, the BIOS itself is it has a lot of the whatever functionality you want, you need is there, and I've been using it. You want to load Expo, of course, change the RAM timing, enable PBO, and adjust the curves, it's all there. So basically, this is a very complete motherboard, and I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone who has an RM600 budget to spend on a motherboard and want something like this. No RGB, no nonsense. It's just a very nice micro ATX motherboard, and that one has. I personally have nothing to complain about on its own other than the design aspects, being the color and lack of IoT. Okay, so basically I do have something to complain about, but they are not major in my eyes as a Sapphire Pulse fan, but not for not about the general any weakness of this board itself. But okay, talking about being a fan, I believe I have not touched it yet. This board is not sponsored by Sapphire, neither is this graphics card. So, and this board is purchased with my own money. I went to a retailer to purchase this, so I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to this channel if you haven't, because that will mean a lot to me, as there are many things that I actually fork out on just to get the contents, because I cannot get any demo sample of this board, so I had to purchase my own units. So overall, excellent board at this RM600 price point. Comes with everything you need: Wi-Fi connectivity, USB connections and all. DisplayPort, HDMI output. And with that, I will end my video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and bye bye.